In this video, I will demonstrate how to offboard a Cisco Catalyst switch in hybrid operating mode and reconfigure it into cloud operating mode to be cloud managed by the Meraki Dashboard. After logging into the Meraki Dashboard and navigating to the Pod 3 network, and then navigating to switching and switches on the left-hand side menu, you will notice that the C9300-26 is in hybrid operating mode. And this is the switch that we want to convert to cloud operating mode. There is no easy button to migrate a hybrid operating mode switch to become a cloud operating mode switch. We must offboard the hybrid and reconfigure it as a cloud operating mode switch. Before we begin the onboarding process, let's investigate the current configuration of the switch we'll be onboarding. Navigating to my terminal server and performing the cloud native iOS XE command show Meraki, we can see that the tunnel is up and operational with the word monitoring on the far right of the output. We can also use the command show Meraki connect to see that the tunnels are up, and we can also get other information like our cloud ID. Now it's time to remove the switch. Go ahead and click the checkbox next to the switch and click remove. There'll be a pop-up window to confirm that you want to remove it. Click remove from here. Now we see there's no devices in this network. I can also go to Organizations Inventory and remove this device from the inventory. I don't have to remove it, I can leave it here, but just to show you how to do it, I'll click the checkbox next to it and click remove. Now it's out of my inventory and out of my network. Returning to my terminal server, we can see that the system sent an EEM script to the switch, and now it's running that EEM script to remove the configurations we previously put on when onboarding it. Once it's finished offboarding this device, we can do a show Meraki and see where we stand. You can see it still says monitoring because the tunnel is still up and running. I can also do a show Meraki connect and see that the tunnels are both up and running even though this has been offboarded out of the dashboard. I don't have to bring the tunnels down, but if I want to, I can by going to config mode and typing in no service Meraki connect. This will shut down the tunnels, and as we see on the screen, they both went down. So if we run the command show Meraki once again, we'll see that that word monitoring is no longer there on the right-hand side. If I do a show Meraki connect, you'll also see that both of the tunnels are down because it says disable. Now let's onboard that same switch in cloud operating mode. I know we just did it, but to be thorough, let's go ahead and do a show Meraki and see that there is no word monitoring on the end of it, so the tunnel is down. If I do a show Meraki connect, it says disable. So we no longer have our tunnels up because we just brought them down just a few seconds ago. Let's go into config T mode, type service Meraki connect once again, hit enter, and it will bring up our tunnels. And now you can see that the tunnels have just come up. I'm going to go out of config mode and save my config, and then we'll do a show Meraki once again and see that we now have the word monitoring on the right hand side, meaning the tunnel is up. We're not managing this device yet, it's not in Meraki yet, but we are having our tunnel come up. Also, you can see in the show Meraki connect that the tunnels are now up. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my cloud ID so that I can put it into the dashboard. Returning to dashboard in the switches section, I'll click add device. Then I'm going to click claim individual device because I don't have an order, I have an individual device. I'll paste in that cloud ID into this box and click claim device. Now that we've claimed the device, we now have to put it into a network. Check the box next to the device, click the add to network button. We're already in the network we want to be in, so it's going to go straight to this screen. Now we need to choose cloud operating mode because that's the mode we want to go into. It warns us that this is a destructive change, and click save. Now let's go to switching and switches menu item and see that this device is in the list. It is in the list, but it's not functional yet because it hasn't been fully onboarded. Back at the terminal server, we can see that the tunnels go down and back up like they always do. And next, we're going to see that the factory reset is starting to happen. Once the factory reset is done, we're then going to see the switch reboot. Remember, once it is in cloud operational mode, the console port will no longer be active and all the configuration will be done at the Meraki dashboard. And when you change the configuration of the Meraki dashboard, it synchronizes it to the switch. So now let's go ahead and take a look at what we have in the dashboard. You need to be a little bit patient when it's onboarding. As you can see right now, it hasn't fully connected to the dashboard, but it will in a second. So now if we wait a few minutes and come back, I waited 5 minutes, and you can see that it is now connected and fully functional in the dashboard. Let's do a quick config test. Go to Cloud CLI and open up the CLI. This is the only CLI you can use to get to the device, and you can't go into config T mode. But I'm gonna do a show run include hostname, and we're gonna see that it says switch, which is what we would expect to see in a write erased switch. Up in the left corner of the GUI, we see a MAC address. If I click the pencil to the right of it and then change it to the hostname that I want to actually be the hostname for the switch, and then hit save, that's going to configure the switch. Now we have to synchronize the config, so 30 seconds later I'll come back to the CLI and we'll see, I'll run the same command and it will say that the hostname is the new hostname. The point of this quick test is just to show you that you have to configure everything from the Meraki dashboard now. There is no CLI, and you can't go into config mode in the CLI in the dashboard. You have to use the dashboard to configure a cloud-operated switch. This has been a presentation from the Solutions Readiness Engineering team. This is Paul Stryer. Have a good day.